Howdy chaps, welcome back. Look who we got here.
Hey, how you going?
Guess who comes strolling in my door with the car he bought me?
Do
I don't know, just say you bought the Corolla back. I don't
Oh,
want it.
yeah, no. We got it shipped to Melbourne a few months ago. Fixed it up, put it on the road and brought it back. It's the only car I got with a tow bar that has air conditioning. How about that?
I was just thinking about how many people on the other side of this camera are probably lose their minds at the pair of us together in the same room.
Or don't care.
Or that. There is probably, actually I'm going to take bets, so that's probably more likely that one.
I don't think too many people give a rat's.
Yeah.
That doesn't.
This is probably going to be more of a raw and uncut version, but we'll just keep the swearing to a bare minimum.
I'm not going to swear.
Yeah, sure you're not.
No, we had a great day. So righto, it kicked off with me getting out of bed, texting Graham, get out of bed, you lazy bastard. Because I got up at 6. I got up at 4 because I slept on a couch.
I told you to sleep in the bed.
Yeah, that's right. But it wasn't his bed, that was good.
That's why you didn't sleep in it.
No, your dad is such a good guy, get this right. So the old man has 2 towels, he has a towel and a face washer and a brand new bar of soap on the bed in this spotless room and said, here's where you're staying. I thought, what a hell of a guy.
Then you slept on the couch.
And I slept on the couch. Well, I sat on the couch and just lay back and I woke up in a knot. I couldn't move, so I jumped on the bed, slept like a log. But woke up at 6, this guy's not awake yet, so got up and we went down to the Wreckers in the XB.
I went the wrong way for 50 k's.
Yeah, you took a wrong turn and I wondered why we were in the middle of Ayers Rock, but it's all good.
Got there eventually.
We
Worked
did.
out the fuel economy of the XB at 100 k's an hour is terrible.
It's rubbish, but the car goes like a cut cat. That flies, that thing. It's only a 302, you wouldn't think so. It goes really well. You do a good job with that.
I learned from you.
Yours goes better than mine, so you actually took it to the next level, but that's all good.
Oh, well, we worked out that it's got better than a GT Cam in it. You did all the things on that last
Yeah,
time.
we had a look at the cam. He said, oh, it's one above stock. And I looked at it, it's like, no, it's not one above. It's a dual pattern job with 510 lift on the exhaust, I think, and 490 or something on the intake. The standard one's only about 440, or I think a GT one's 460 lift. I can't remember what it is now, but it's considerably better and the timing's modified as well. Look, it's what you get with a new camshaft for an old engine. There's more technology goes into them and they work.
Well, it drives well. It's surprisingly well, and
It goes well.
Yeah.
It accelerates and you actually, like that, it pushes you back. It's a 302, those things don't normally do that.
that's why I built it, because I was sort of wanting to go against the norm of everybody rebuilds everybody gets a 302, builds it as a 351. Nobody ever builds a 302. Well, I did, but go fine.
I had someone rubbishing 302s and you don't have to do anything to wake them up. One guy on Facebook, I think, said it was a dog of a motor, and I've built them before and they fly. You don't have to do much to them. They're very revvy if you do the right stuff to them. But anyway, we went to the Wreckers, had a look at a couple of old hacks.
If you want to see the video of that, you'll have to go see his channel. 'Cause
My channel.
I didn't film anything, but you did. So
Okay, just a minute, I've got to go and do something. Oh, well, have I missed anything?
not really.
Oh, good. So, guards are nearly finished.
Yeah, you liked them. You said they were good enough, and I
I
said
think they're good enough.
They're not good enough.
They're good enough.
Yep.
The guard's going to be the best part of the whole car. But anyway,
we worked out you were going to paint them because you do acrylic better than me.
yeah, I'll paint them, but I love the fact they're in Epatec as a base coat or as a base
Under
sealer,
everything.
primer, yeah. So they're not ready to go yet, but it doesn't matter. I'm in no hurry. I've still got to do work on the Plymouth and clean up a few other bits and pieces. So I've taken a bunch of EEJ holding stuff home.
You
I
haven't
will
finished
be.
yet?
I haven't finished yet. There is a mountain of stuff. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it, but I'll find a spot. And that concludes the parts for the EJ as Graham's
There'll be a
sold to-
smattering of stuff still coming, but it won't be major.
Yeah, so bits and pieces,
Like
stuff
a
like
couple of
that.
moulding. I've got to make sure I've got a set for myself.
Little
and then
bit
if
clips
there's
and
leftovers,
just
yeah.
crap, if I need anything and Graham's got spares, well, it's an easy thing to do,
There was a lot of good cars in the Wreckers. I mean, they were all toasted.
Yeah, they were. There were drip mouldings. There was one car with drip mouldings, but most of because I need drip rail mouldings for the XC. Most of them, the chrome looked a bit munted, but it didn't matter because I can sort of polish that out. But reef racks are a killer. They sort of
Crush into them.
stretch them. They do all sorts of nasties to them. So I've had a crash lesson in using a shrinker stretcher, which is cool. I know what to do with that, so I've got to get myself a couple of tools. Shrinker stretcher is one, and a weld,
That spot weld dent puller.
spot weld dent puller. so $600 or $700 or whatever it is. That will be christened on the Starley, where I jacked it up into a bench because I'm stupid. But aside from that, I reckon I'm leaving with similar knowledge, but just a bit refined. What do you think?
I don't know. I think it's been a good trip. I'm gonna when I
It's
get
been
those.
tiring. I was knackered. I had to stop about 50 times because I was falling asleep.
When I finish my wagon, which is only an aircon gas away from being done, I'll finish the guards, and then I'll do a trip to Melbourne with them in the back, where we'll do another catch up probably,
Yeah.
and discuss how dumb we can get.
It'd be good meeting at wifey's place. She's got stacks of room. That's a really nice place.
Yeah, then we'll take the guards back, and then you can actually finish them,
Yeah.
and then people can stop complaining that the guards aren't done yet.
I think, well, I'm going to say I don't care. I sort of feel that I'm a frustrating person. I know I'm frustrating to live with because Susie nicked off. But
Too much Red Bull gave her wings. Gone.
that's it. She did. She grew wings and off she went. It's all good, right? There's no animosity. It's all good. But I'm so fickle in the things I want to do. How would you be if this thing wasn't recording? That'd be a pain in the ass, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah.
I'm so fickle in what I want to do that it does frustrate people. And I'd like to apologise, particularly to Patreon subscribers that sort of come in to see a certain thing and end up seeing me fixing vacuum cleaners and all that sort of crap.
That's brush pay. If you didn't read the fine print, know that happens. Well, that's your fault.
Well, yeah, I mess around with a bit of everything, right? So that's all good. And so, project-wise, I've got to finish the Plymouth and get that to the point where it's finished, except the what do you call it? Interior. I'll put the
You're
headline.
going to get into a drivable state.
Yeah, and that's not far. It's just getting around to it. And there's 2 bikes to finish off. So the Plymouth this year, except the interior, I want it drivable, and I'll put a Corolla seat or something, a Camry seat or something in it, just so you can sit in it and drive it. And
We'll get the
then
guards done this year. That's for damn sure.
I'll get the guard. I'll get the XC on the road this year. The Plymouth will then be drivable properly, and that'll come up to see Suzanne for a little while, and a couple of motorcycles I'll finish off. And yeah, I've got enough on my
You've got to
plate.
strip your EJ down to a shell.
The EJ, yeah. So right, I've got to strip that, and okay. So I just forgot. I've got empty sheds at home. That's where I've been through January cleaning out all these sheds. One of them's going to house the EJ as a stripped down body. I will have to get it blasted, and blasting in Melbourne's ridiculously expensive. So I've got to figure something out with that.
It's
But,
surprisingly cheap here.
yeah. So that's about the size of it, really. There's not a whole lot more from my end. What about you?
Oh, playing catch up on everything that's happened over the last year, and then I've got the pants tearer over there that's getting started this week, so there might be a video on that.
Do you know pants is a British term for
Trousers?
no rubbish? It's absolutely pants. Means it's absolutely rubbish.
See that? Learn something new every day.
Yeah. Who says that? Mark Evans says that.
Yeah, I want to do some more in the EJ this year, and
I've
some more
taken-
in the XB, but I don't know how much. The XB is sort of, it's been re-registered, it's drivable. I sort of don't want to play with that too much because it's nothing.
It's a good running car.
Yeah, why would
So,
you
yeah.
play with something that's still good?
And you can do bits of that. I was going to go to a shop in Melbourne to get a door skin, and both of us are reasonably broke at the moment. So
Suffering from the poor.
suffering from the poorness disease. So that's affecting.
I need to get one, but I'm not dying for one.
Yeah, and the same with me. I need to get parts too, and I can't. So taking on another project at the moment would be absolutely ridiculously stupid for me, and probably for you too.
And so the classic, I don't need one, but I've been pretty good at making dumb decisions.
I don't need any more projects. Seriously, I've got so much to do.
Let's say I bought a brand new Mustang at one point in time. I am more than capable of making stupid decisions.
Well, they're nice cars. A friend of mine in Queensland just bought one. Oh, he's ordered one, and he wants to get a California special. But he can do that. I'm not in a position to do any more projects. But look, it's like the XW, the XC, the Sigma, the Starlet was another one. The little Corolla, which wasn't a restoration, it was just a recommission
You just
kind of
got to
thing.
tidy it up, that's all.
That was just a tidy up gig, yeah. But I always buy, or prefer to buy really, really dirt cheap cars because then I can afford to do bits and pieces on them, and I end up with a really nice car at the end of it. And that's how I'm sort of thinking. But I'm not open to any more at the moment.
I wonder how many people are going to believe you when you said that.
No one will believe me,
Yeah.
and they're probably right.
Don't lie to yourself.
I could be swayed.
You wave the right thing in your face and you'll be like, ooh.
Yeah,
Ooh.
life's good. I've got to go back to work next week, so then I've got to get my whole mindset into away from cars and back into work and all that sort of stuff, because food has to come into the house, because otherwise I'll get thin. We don't want that, do we? Anyway.
Well, that might wrap it up. It's probably going to be 10 minutes. People probably would have skipped through this, or I'll probably get 400 thumbs downs, or people just hate it.
No, I
But
don't care if you get thumbs down, as long as I don't.
I don't know. Some people enjoy the chat, the banter. I know some people do,
Yeah,
and this is for them. Where
Yeah.
If you don't like it,
don't watch
watch
it.
it.
There's another term. If you don't like something, then, but we don't use that sort of language.
No. But yeah, I enjoyed his trip down. We'll pack up the rest of the stuff tonight in the trailer, crash a night, and maybe
okay.
do a chat with DJ or something.
Yeah. No, that'd be good. You didn't get him? DJ's had a visitor there.
Yeah, he's been hanging out with a mate, so he's a bit busy.
Yeah. God came to visit.
Damn it.
Is that for that?
No, actually, I'm not going to go down there and get that while I'm in front of you in front of the camera. I might cut that bit out.
Oh, you can leave it in. As long as you don't expect me to act on it. No, all good. All right.
Yeah, alright, we'll catch you all on the other side of things. And if you want to see what we got up to at the Wreckers, which was actually quite good,
Yep.
in about a week's
I've got-
week time, maybe?
No, I'll
Tell
work on it when I get home, but I'm non-committal, so I can't really say when it's going to be.
I would say
I've
the
got-
weekend, probably.
Well, hang on, what is it today? Monday.
Monday.
Isn't it? I'm going back. I might stay at Suzanne's another night tomorrow, which means I'll go home on Wednesday. Hang on, what's tomorrow? Tuesday.
Tuesday. All day.
I
actually.
might go back tomorrow and I might not. It just depends. I was really tired on the way up here, and I must have stopped 10 times.
Yeah, it took a long time to get here.
I took a long time, and it's just like, you know what, I'm not in a hurry. It's better to be safe than sorry, and all that sort of stuff. So I just hadn't slept well the night before, but last night I did sleep quite well, so I probably could have done it today, like without batting an eyelid. But I'll see how I feel tomorrow. If I don't feel up to it, well, I've got to go to a survey to pay for petrol because I drove off without paying for it.
Whoops.
Because I bought a whole lot of stuff, and he goes, that's $40, and I thought, oh, that's cheap, and there was $20 worth of petrol there I forgot to pay for. And I rang them back, and they said, yeah, we had to drive off. I said, well, that was probably me, but don't call the police. So it's in Ararat, so I'll drop off there tomorrow and pay that, and then if I want to, I'll stop at Susie's because she invited me to, or I'll go home. But I'm not sure. I'll be home on Tuesday or Wednesday, which means the video probably Thursday, Friday, or something.
Yeah, it's a good one to watch, I think.
Yeah, it's got some good content.
Actually, the walk through the Wreckers, people will lose their mind at what was in this yard. And if you're in South Australia and you want XB, XC parts, and if you're desperate for them, I mean, they're there, but
They're pretty picked.
Yeah. There was that XC Fairmont wagon that had a V8
Sorry.
and C4 still in it.
Yeah, but the problem with that,
Yeah,
Johnny,
the motor was probably toasted.
well, it would have been because they didn't cover any carburetors up.
Yeah.
So it's like all those 173s, and there was 186 in all these old Hollands. There's a 302 in a Ford. There was some weird V60. I don't know what the hell that was. I thought it might be an SX, but it's not, because I think an SX is a 60 degree. This looked like a 90 degree V6. I've no idea what it was, but that would have been rooted too. And they don't cover things, so of course water gets in, and where does it go? It goes into the first one that's got an open valve. So it stuffs them up.
But there's still stuff there, but I think you might be pushing stuff up a hill.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah, but the stuff is there. I reckon there was 7 or 8 XB Falcons. There was a stack of XCs, no XOs, no Fairlanes of any mention.
Oh no, I didn't see it fairly. Oh, there were.
There was a P5 LTD,
There's a P5 LTD. There was 2 ZK Fairlanes.
XD era.
No, there was a ZK and a ZL. I think it was. Yeah, there was an XD Falcon. They just watch the video, you'll see it there. But it was interesting seeing stuff, and it was interesting walking into a place like that where they've got old cars. It reminded me of walking into Pick a Part back in the 80s. You know, it was like that. But nowadays, the oldest car they'd have would be a BA Falcon or something like that. You know what I mean? It's
The cars are just. This Wreckers does still have stuff, but the problem is it's miles out of town. But if you're in Adelaide and you want to go up to Port Wakefield, it's a bit of a drive, especially if you go the wrong way. End up going through Malala. Oopsies. Yeah, but it's worth a bit of a gander because there is plenty of old stuff. And the same yard is owned by the people who I don't know what they're called, but they own the Port Augusta yard. Apparently, that's full of old cars as well.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I
Where's
think
Port Augusta?
even further. It's like a 400-500k drive.
Oh wow.
It's
Is it in New South? Is it in Sydney?
It's in
South
Adelaide.
Australia?
It's right at the top of the bight where it sort of point where it points and you start heading back down towards Whaler.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's a good drive. You
Yeah.
take you a few good hours, but there is stuff there. Whether or not they let you go through that yard, but I know Port Wakefield do, because we did.
Yep. Cool.
All right, catch you on the flip side, chaps.
See you later.